When in high school, we were really into pulling pranks on each other. Actually, not just in high school, but everywhere. And there we were, deep into the night. It was rainy, and I heard a squeak on top of the roof. I looked up, and suddenly a big bucket of water came raining down, and people jumped out of the bushes. With a blood-curdling scream, I yelled, "Run!" And we booked it with paintballs flying all around us, hurdling hedges, and jumping through people's windows. And what am I talking about? Well, it occurred to us that we wanted to, we were gonna teepee someone's house, but yeah, a lot of people teepee people's houses, which I've done a lot of, I admit. I am ashamed to admit. So we wanted to do something unique. Have you ever heard of forking someone's lawn? It's when you get a large amount of plastic utensils and you sneak up to their yard in the middle of the night and you stick a tremendous amount of utensils in their lawn. And so it's a psychological kind of prank, because when they wake up in the morning, that they're sipping their coffee and they've got their newspaper under their arm, and all they see is a shimmery sea of plastic on their lawn. What a beautiful moment. What would you do? You'd probably freak out and call 911 as well. No, but they didn't. No. Well, we actually brought a birthday cake as well, because it was someone's birthday, I remember, at these people's houses. By the way, there's an ambulance right here, and I'm gonna pull over just because other people pull over. But did you know that if there's a separated barrier between you and the oncoming ambulance, you don't have to pull over? Yeah, I just learned that today. Imagine, 28 years old and I'm still learning things. That's a freebie. But I digress. By the way, Washington drivers only. Yes, some restrictions may apply. So we were gonna pull this awesome prank on some friends of ours, and I had my minivan. So of course, if you have a minivan, you can just load up a bunch of militia into your van, and so we were driving there on our way to, I think it was our youth director's house, Christine Mason, and also Curtis Lilly. He was involved in this as well. And we showed up to the house, but it was dark. Like, well, maybe they're watching a movie or something like that. I thought there was going to be quite a party here, but oh well, that's all right. And so I sort of parked the van down the street, and we all got out, all dressed down in camouflage and everything, and just being so quiet. And we snuck up to these people's house. And at first I thought maybe we don't have the right house, but we did. We had the right house, do not worry. And we set the cake down, and we got the silverware out. We started poking it in the lawn, nice and deep. If you want to be really mean, you can stick the plasticware into the lawn and then snap it off. And that's really mean, because then they'll permanently have plastic stuck in their lawn. But you know, we weren't into vandalism, just good high quality pranks. Well, I was there standing in front of the garage, and I did hear a squeak. It sounded like a pair of tennis shoes, only it wasn't to my left, nor my right, nor behind me, but up above. And I thought to and suddenly it just clicked. All of the events that transpired, you know, the fact that the house was dark, the fact that one of the people in the car was texting when we were on our way, and I was like, who's he texting in the middle of the night? We're all here, at least anybody of significance. He ratted us out. And I looked up and saw someone had a big bucket of water dumping it down, and wow. When you are caught in an uh-oh moment, you know that time slows down. And so, of course, you know, I was just moving as fast as a lightning bug. And I dodged the water coming down and splashed right there. And I turned to the rest of the people, run! And did we ever run? The fastest way to get back to my van was through a hedge. And so I sprinted towards it, and I kind of got my arms and I pushed the brush aside, and there was another youth director, David Abbey, with his eyes as big as saucers, and he was standing there with a hose. And just like, it's so surprised that I happened to run directly at him. When in retrospect, that was a great hiding place for him. And he pressed the nozzle, and I got a face full of water, and people just came out of the woodwork. The front door burst open, and there was John Scanlon with a paintball gun. Paintballs flying all around us. I have never scaled a 10-foot fence that fast before in my life. And yeah, we did make it to the van with paintballs flying all around and exploding all over my van. Luckily it was raining, so the paint didn't actually have time to dry and to set, so it just kind of washed off on the way home. And I did not get hit, but I remember very distinctly Ryan Atkinson trying to also get into the van. And I remember pushing him out with my foot, screaming something to the effect of, "You traitor, you traitor, we will get you back for this." Slammed the door and left him there and went off into the sunset with our heads hung low until we did get Ryan Atkinson back.